where shall I begin? Thy insults to recount? With what conclude? Or how pursue the train of my discourse? I never, with the opening word, forbore to breathe my silent plaints, which to thy face I wish to utter. From my former fears, if ever I should be free, I now am free. Now to the living what I wish to speak. I will recount. Thou hast destroyed my hopes, made me an orphan, him and me befriend of a dear father by no wrongs enforced. My mother, basely wedding, thou hast slain the glorious leader of thy Grecian arms, yet never didst thou tread the fields of Troy. Nay, such thou folly, thou couldst hope to find my mother. Shouldst thou wed her, not of ill to thee intending. Hence my father's death by thee was foully wronged. Bethink thee, sister, of our father's faith, abhorred, dishonored, self-convinced of sin, blinded, himself the executioner. Think of his mother-wife, ill-sorted names, done by a noose herself entwined to death. And last, our hapless brethren in one day, both in a mutual destiny involved, self-slaughtered, both the slayer and the slain. Bethink thee, sister, for we are left alone. Shall we not perish, wretchedest of all, if in defiance of the monarch's will we cross? Weak women, think of that. Not framed by nature to contend with men. Remember this too, that the stronger rules. We must obey his orders. These are worst. 'Tis foolishness, I ween, to overstep and off the golden mean.
I do believe it was love that first devised the torturer's profession here on earth. It's my own experience. No need to look further. That makes me think so. For in torment of soul, no man rivals me, comes near me. I tossed around, bandied about, goaded, whirled on the wheel of love, done to death, poor wretch that I am. I'm torn asunder, disrupted, dismembered. Yes, all my mental faculties are befogged. Where I am, there I am not. Where I am not, there my soul is. Yes, I am in 1,000 moods. The thing that pleases me ceases to please a moment later. Yes, love mocks me in my weariness of soul. It drives me off, hounds me, seeks me, lays hands on me, holds me back, lures, lavishes. It gives without giving, beguiles me. It leads me on, then warns me off. It warns me off, then tempts me on. It deals with me like the waves of the sea. Yes, batters my loving heart to bits. And except that I do not go to the bottom, poor devil, my race completes in every kind of wretchedness. Yes, my father has kept me at the villa on the farm the last 6 successive days, and I was not allowed to come and see my darling during all that time. Isn't it a terrible thing
but soft. What light for yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief. That thou her maid be far more fair than she. Be not her maid, since she is envious. Her vestal livery is but sick and green, and no but fools do wear it. Cast it off. It is my lady. Oh, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eyes discourses, and I will answer it. Oh, I'm too bold. 'Tis not to me she speaks. Two of the fair stars in all of heaven, having some business, do entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. What if her eyes were there? They in her head? The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars. As daylight doth lamp her eyes in heaven. Would through the airy region stream so bright that birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
"'Tis torture and not mercy. Heaven is here where Juliet lives, and every cat and dog and little mouse, every unworthy thing, live here in heaven and may look on her, but Romeo may not. More validity, more honorable state, more courtship lives in carrion flies than in Romeo. They may seize on the life on earth dear Juliet's hand, and steal mortal blessings from her lips, who even in pure and vestal modesty still blushes, thinking their own kisses sin. But Romeo may not fly, may do this, but I from this must fly. They are freemen, but I am banished. And sayest thou that exile is not death? Has that no poison mixed, no the sharp crown knife, no sudden means of death, but banish it, to kill me, banish it! O friar, the damned Jews that were in hell, how it attends it. How hast thou the heart, being a divine, a ghostly confessor, a sin absolver, and my friend professed, to mingle me with that word, banish it?
What if it be a poison, which the friar suddenly hath ministered to have me dead, lest in this marriage he should be dishonored, because he married me before to Romeo? I fear it is, and yet methinks it should not, for he hath still been tried a holy man. How if, when I am laid into the tomb, I wake before the time that Romeo could come to redeem me? There is a fearful point. Shall I not then be stifled in the vault, to whose foul mouth no healths of air breathes in, and there die strangled ere my Romeo comes? Or, if I live, it is not very like the horrible conceit of death and night, together with the terror of the place, as in a vault, an ancient receptacle, where for these many hundred years the bones of all my buried ancestors are packed, where bloody Tybalt, yet but green in earth, lies festering in a shroud, where, as they say, at some hours in the night, spirits resort. Alack, alack! It is not like that. I, so early waking, what with loathsome smells and shrieks like mandrakes torn out of the earth, that living mortals hearing them run mad. Or, if I wake, shall I not be distraught, environed with all these hideous fears, and madly play with my forefathers' joints, and pluck the mangled Tybalt from his shroud, and in this rage, with some great kinsman's bone, as with a club, dash out my desperate brains? Ah! Look, methinks I see my cousin's ghost, seeking out Romeo that did spit his body upon a rapier's point. Stay, Tybalt, stay! Romeo, I come. This do I drink to thee.
Doss takes his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen, come not winning her sights. For Oberon's passing is from a wrath, because as she, as her attendants have, a lovely boy, stolen from him the king. She never had so sweet a changeling, and jealous Oberon will have the child, neither trained to trace the forest wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. But they do swear that all their else will fear, creep into acorn cups, hiding there. I am the merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile. The wisest aunt, telling the saddest tale. Sometimes for a 3-foot stool mistaketh me, then slips I from a bum, topples down she, and the tailor cries and falls into a car, and the whole choir holds their hips and laugh, and they wax in their mirth and knees and swear. A merrier hour was never wasted there. But moon, Barry, here comes Oberon.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and the fair Hermia, the one I'll slay, the other slayeth me? Thou toldst me they had stolen unto this wood, and here am I, enrolled within this wood, because I cannot meet my fair Hermia. Hence! Get thee gone and follow me no more.
You draw too hard, Harvard advocate, and yet you draw not fire, for my heart is as true as steel. Leave you your part drawn, I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or, rather in plainest terms, do I tell you that I do not, nor I cannot love you?
And even for that do I love you the more, Demetrius. I am your spaniel of the war. You beat me and will fawn on you, use me, but as your spaniel spurns me, strikes me, and lets me, wounds me, oh, give me leave as worthy as I am to follow you. The worse are placed can I beg in your love, and yet a place is high respect with me than to be used as you use your dog.
Tempt not you unto the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impede your modesty too much to leave the city and commit yourself to the hands of one who loves you not, to trust the ill counsel of night and the opportunity of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege, for that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore, I think I am not night, for doth this wood lack worlds of company, for you and my respect are all the world. Therefore, how come you said that I am alone, when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee and hide thee in the brake, and leave thee to the mercy of the wild beasts.
Rather you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies, and Daphne holds the chase. The mile time makes speed, boldly speed to catch the tiger, when cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not stay thy questions. Let me go, or if thou follow me, do not believe, but I will do thee mischief in the woods.
You do me mischief in the temple, in the town, in the field. Fie, Demetrius! Your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We were not made to fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo! Oh, follow me! May the heaven of hell to die upon the hay I love so well! Lo, she is one of the Confederacy, and now I perceive that they can join all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired, have you with these contrived to bait me in this foul derision? Is all the counsel that we two have shared, the sisters' vow, the hours we spent when we should be hasty-footed time for parting us? Is it all forgot? All school days friendships, childhood innocence, we, Hermia, like two artificial gods, have with our needles created both one flower, both on one sampling, sitting on one cushion, wordling of the same song, both in one key, as if our hands, sides, voices, and minds have been incorporate, and so we grow together, like to a double cherry, seeming parted, but still a union partition. 2 lovely molded berries on one stem. And will you rent our ancient love asunder to join the men escorting your poor friend? Our sex, as well as I, will chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury. When my cue comes, call me, and I will answer. My next is most fair Pyramus. Hi-ho, Peer Quince, flew to the bellows mender, snout the tinker. Starveling, God's my life stolen hence, and left me asleep. I've had a most rare vision. I've had a dream. Past it would have man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if you go about to expound this dream. Methought I was... There is no man can tell what. Methought I was, and methought I had... But man is but a patched fool if he offered to say what methought I had. The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen. Man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I shall get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream. It shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom. And I will sing it in the latter end of the play, before the Duke, peradventure. And to make it the more gracious, I shall sing it at her death.
Dauphin, I am by birth a shepherd's daughter, by wit untrained in any kind of art. Heaven and Our Lady gracious hath it pleased to shine on my contemptible estate. Lo, whilst I waited on tender lambs and 2 suns parching heat displayed my cheeks, God's mother deigned to appear to me, and in a vision full of majesty, she willed me to leave my base vocation and free my country from calamity. Her aid she promised, and assured success. In complete glory she revealed herself. And whereas I was black and swart before, with those clear rays which she infused in me, that beauty and my blessing are which you see. Ask me what question thou canst possible, and I will answer unpremeditated. Try my courage by combat, if thou darest, and thou shalt find I exceed my sex. Resolve on this. Thou shalt be fortunate if thou receive me for thy warlike mate.
This admiration, sirs, must hold the savor of other new prince. I do beseech you to understand my purpose is all right. As you are old and reverend, you should be wise. Here, do you keep 100 knights and squires, men so disordered, so debauched and bold? That this, our court, in fact, it was their marriage, shows like a righteous inn. Epicurism and lust make it more a tavern or brothel than a graced palace. The shame itself thus befriends the remedy. Be then desired by her that us will take the thing she desires. A little to this quantity nor shrink, and the remainder, that shall so depend, to be such men as may resort your age, and know themselves and you.
Have I not reason, think you, to look pale? These two have tight me hither to this place. A barren, detested vale, you see it is. The trees, though summer yet forlorn and lean, are overcome with moss and baleful mistletoe. Here never shines the sun. Here nothing breathes, unless the nightly owl or fatal raven. And when they showed me this abhorred pit, they told me here, at dead time of the night, 1,000 fiends, 1,000 hissing snakes, 10,000 swelling toads, and many urchins who'd make such fearful and confused cries, as any mortal body hearing it should straight fall mad, or else die suddenly. No sooner had they told this hellish tale, but straight they told me they would bind me here unto the body of a dismal ewe, and lead me to this miserable death. And then they called me foul adulteress, lascivious, blasphemous, bitterest terms that ever ear did hear to such effect. And had you not, by wondrous fortune come, this vengeance on me had they executed. Revenge it as you love your mother's life, or be ye not henceforth called my children.
What a damn peculiar rascal this is. My heart is ready to crack with impatience. Who says this is improvident jealousy? My wife has sent to him. The hour is fixed. The match is made. Would any man have thought this? See the hell of having a false woman. My beds shall be abused. My coffers ransacked. My reputation gnawed at. And I shall not only receive this villainous wrong, but stand under the indulgence of this villainous term, and by him who does me this wrong. Terms, names, Amemon sounds well, Lucifer well, Barbazon well, but they are the devil's additions, the names of the fiends. But cuckold, whittle, cuckold, the devil himself hath not such a name. Page is an ass, a secure ass. He will not be jealous. He will trust his wife. I will rather trust a Fleming with my butter, Parson Hughes the Welshman with my cheese, an Irishman with my bottle of agua vitae, and a thief to walk my ambling gelding, than my wife with herself. Then she plots, then she devises, then she ruminates, and what they think in their hearts they will effect. They will break their hearts, but they will effect. Oh, God, praise for my jealousy. 11 o'clock the hour. I will prevent this. I will detect my wife, be revenged on Falstaff and laugh at Page. I will about it. Better 3 hours too soon than a minute too late. 5, 5, 5. Cuckold, cuckold, cuckold.
Be or not to be? That is the question, whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep, no more, and by a sleep to say we end the heartache and the 1,000 natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished, to die, to sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub, for in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we're shuffled off this mortal coil must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life, but who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that the patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietus make with a fair bodkin, who would for dulls bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but at the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler's return puzzles the will, and makes us rather bear those ills we have than to fly to others that we know not of. Thus conscience does make coward of us all, and thus the native hue of resolution is licked o'er with the pale cast of thought, and enterprises of great pith and moment with disregard their currents turn awry and lose the name of action.
Now might I do it, Pat. Now he is praying, and now I'll do it. And so he goes to heaven, and so am I revenged. That would be scanned. A villain kills my father, and for that I, his sole son, do this same villain sent to heaven? Why, this is Hiram's salary, not revenge. He took my father grossly, full of bread with all his crimes broad blown as flush as May, and how his audit stands, who knows save heaven? But in our circumstance and course of thought, 'tis heavy with him. And am I then revenged, to take him in the purging of his soul when he is fit and seasoned for his passage? No. I'm sword, and know thou a more horrid hent. When he is drunk asleep, or in his rage, or in the incestuous pleasure of his bed, at gaming swearing or about some act that has no knowledge of salvation in it, then trip him, that his heels may kick at heaven, and that his soul may be as damned and black as hell whereto it goes. My mother stays. This physic but prolongs thy sickly days.
Is this a dagger which I see before me? Handled towards my hand? Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, yet I see thee still. Art thou not fatal visioned, sensible, as feeling as to sight? Or art thou a dagger of the mind, a false creation proceeding from a heat oppressed brain? I see thee yet, in form as palpable as this which now art drawn. Thou marshalledst me the way which I was going, and such an instrument thou was to use. Mine eyes are made fools of the other senses, or else worth all the rest, I see thee still. And on thy blade and touching gouts of blood, which was not so before, there is no such thing. It is the bloody business which informs thus to mine eyes. Now, over the one-half world, nature seems dead, and wicked dreams abuse the curtained sleep. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings, and wither murder, allumed by his sentient the wolf, whose howls is watched. Thus, with the stealthy pace, and with Tarkin's ravishing strides, towards his design he moves like a ghost. Thy sure and firm set earth, hear not my steps which way they walk, for fear that very stones paraded my whereabout. And take the present horror from the time which now suits with it, else I threat he lives. Words to the heat of deeds too cold breath gives. I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell which summons thee to heaven or to hell.
I
not stand before God's altar and ask for his blessing on so hideous a mockery as a marriage between I and George Hopper. I will not say the words the church bids us to say. I will not say them. No. How am I to swear to love a man I loathe, to honor he who brought you dishonor, to obey him who in his mastery made me to sin? Not happening. Marriage is a sacrament for those who love each other. It is not for such as him or for such as me. Gerald, to save you from the world's taunts and sneers, I had to lie. I've lied to the world for 20 years. I cannot tell the truth. And oh, how I loved you. And you needed love, for you were weakly, and only love could have kept you alive. Only love can keep anyone alive. You made many friends and went into their house and were glad with them. But I, knowing my secret, did not dare to follow, but instead closed the door, shut out the light, and sat in darkness. My past is ever with me. I love you. I couldn't adore you anymore if I tried. No. I'm being serious. You make my heart beat so fast down my chest. You're so charming. Your smile could kill. Your singing enchants me. Your childlike attitude never fails to make me smile. I don't know what I'd do about my anger if you weren't around. Normally it burns like a wildfire, but with you, it seems to just kind of burn itself out. You calm my storms and help me rebuild the damage done. And you know when I'm in a bad mood or just feel like giving up. And you help me through that. And when I surround myself by the dark by choice, you always pull me out by force. And even though I have to play the strong one when I'm with you, you give me the strength to do that. And that's new and scary. I want to protect you, but that's okay. I tell you all the time that I do almost anything for you, and you know that's true. And I'll admit, at the start, things were kind of rocky. But now I can say with the most assurance that I've ever had in my life, I love you. I love this. I love what we've made. It's just you and me. You love me for me, and I've wanted that for so long. No, I'm being serious. I couldn't adore you anymore if I tried.
I don't know what you want me to say. I'm surprised you even want to hear my side. Don't you hate me? This is why I can't stand you. You're always so optimistic and think there's a way to dig the good out of everyone. Well, guess what, Sunshine? The real world doesn't work that way. Trust me, I know. I've hated you since freshman year. You had everything. I would see you every day. The way your parents kissed you goodbye when they dropped you off at school. The side notes they left in your lunch bag along with those stupid homemade sandwiches. The hugs they gave you after every band concert because they were there and they were proud of you. Why do you get that and not me? What did I do to deserve a mother who's too drunk to tell me she loves me? Why am I the one who has to shove my headphones in my ears every night so I can't hear the rest of my family screaming at each other? Why did God or whoever decide that you get to have this perfect, loving family and amazing grades, while I probably won't get to graduate because I've been too busy picking up the pieces of my broken home life to focus on school? How is that fair? You don't know what it's like to feel real pain. I guess I just figured you needed a taste of what it feels like. Hated seeing to get you skip through life without a care in the world. I wanted things to be fair for once. I guess some of us are just dealt a bad hand.
Sit on a small bench at a bus stop. Her name is Isadora, his name is Flynn. Flynn has been coming to the bus stop for years, while Isadora is relatively new to the bus. She used to live a few cities away before moving here.
So I sold my vacuum the other day. All it was doing was collecting dust.
Flynn has had a crush on Isadora for quite some time now, a couple of weeks, which is about how long she's been going to the bus stop, give or take a few days. Flynn has no idea how to go about this crush. If he asks her out and she rejects him, things might get a little awkward, especially since they're the only two who take this bus anymore. But, on the other hand, he really likes her.
It is Isadora?
He asks.
Yes?
She responds.
Would you like to go on a date with me?
This took Isadora by surprise. She had no idea that he felt this way about her. But she's glad that he did because she felt the same way. Aww. A few weeks later, they both find themselves sitting in the bus stop again, sitting a little bit closer than usual.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting cow.
Interrupting cat.
This was funny because, he was interrupting her as if he was the interrupting cow. So Isadora decided that she had to redeem Flynn by telling an even funnier joke.
What do you get when you combine a rhetorical question and a joke?
However, she was just generally unfunny, so that resulted in her failing miserably. A few days later, they find themselves sitting at the bus stop.
How about this weather we're having?
42 degrees outside. It is currently raining.
Do you think the bus is still coming?
Isadora was beginning to get worried.
I don't see why it wouldn't. In the meantime, would you like to borrow my jacket?
That would be nice.
The bus never came. It's been a few days now after that stormy day. Now it's bright and sunny outside.
Would you like some gum?
No thanks, I'm more of a mint type of person.
This took Flynn by surprise. Every person he had ever met had asked him for gum.
It's a good thing I have mints too.
loves you and cherishes you with her whole heart. So that's what you deserve, my star. I love you.
We're the size of your brain. Well, not their brain.
They get it.
No, no. We have to be specific. We're not part of your brain. We're part of hers. We're part of this teenager's mind.
Her emotions are natural. Just let her feel this moment. It's so sad.
This is so pointless. Help me find serotonin. This isn't working. Try harder. Okay, think. Did she drink water today? Walk? Eat? What? Everything is supposed to be fine? Well, it's your fault. How is this my fault? You control emotion. I'm so overwhelmed. Let's figure this out by consoling Piper.
I got this.
Let's be logical.
Not understanding,
Remove ourselves and take some time.
but still care and deal with it, no matter how small.
Figure out the solution.
That works best in this situation.
Yeah, this is going good. It's going to end up
Okay.
This is my safe space. This is my safe bubble. This is where I feel fine, happy, welcome, appreciated, inspired. This is where I feel okay. This is the rest of the world. This is where there are flowers, cars, sumo wrestlers, in and out, Canadians, hamsters, the Empire State Building, war zones overseas, weeaboos, gay people, the Kardashians, pink hair, door handles, Bisco girls, e-boys, and plenty of other things the world offers that I can handle, that I can tolerate, that I am okay with. Then far away from my safe space, far away from the rest of the world, this is where you are. I hate this. This is the bad childhood memories, the yelling, the screaming, the I hate you, I wish you never existed, the yelling, the screaming, the crying, the bruises, everything I hated and still hate. The things I am reminded of anytime I see your damn face. So when you come from here, a place I hate, a place I feel disgusting, unwanted, and terrible in, go there, across the rest of the world, all the way to the place I dread you coming near. My safe space, when you enter my safe space, you pop my bubble, you destroy that happiness, peacefulness, and everything else that was great.
I know this isn't what you were expecting. I get it. You didn't think I was going to go down this road. You had big plans for me. You wanted to see them fully realized. But you gotta understand that this is my calling. I was born for this, and I need to see what I can do with my talents. I've already received a lot of recognition for the work I've put in so far. People think I'm good, Mom. Isn't that something to be proud of? It's unconventional, I know. And you've always told me to take risks and be bold. That's something I've always lived by, thanks to you. And Dad, you've been telling me since I was little that some of the best decisions you've made are the ones that others don't understand anyway. Isn't this one of those times? So without all that being said, thank you for all you've done for me. And I hope you can support my decision to become a professional TikTok creator.
Why you so obsessed with me? Boy, I wanna know. Lying that you're sexing me when everybody knows. It's a clear couldn't get that last man on the bus, still couldn't get this. You're delusional, boy, you're losing your mind. It's confusing, you're confused, you know why you're wasting your time.
Excuse me? Ma'am, is there anything I can help you with?
Oh, I'm okay, thank you, though.
Oh, of course. My name's Jen. Just come out if you need anything.
No, that's not it.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, no, that wasn't towards you. Don't worry, really, it's fine.
Okay. Are you sure I can help? If you can't find something in your size, I can see if I can find something in the back.
No, it's okay. That's not the problem.
Well, what's the event?
It's a wedding.
Oh, well, all of these would be great for a wedding.
I know, but it's like, who do I want to be? The dress I choose is how I want to present myself to the world, and that affects how others will treat me and see me, and I just don't know what I want that to be right now.
Okay, well, which dress aligns most with how you usually present yourself?
I don't know, maybe something like this. In my early 20s, I was that.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, and more recently I've been slipping into that, but that's not who I want to be. I mean, it's fun to be that, don't get me wrong, but it's exhausting being that. There's that saying, a home never gets cold. Not true. Trust me, I would know. I don't know who started that saying, but probably a misogynist who doesn't know what it's like to be walking on the bar in 30-degree weather.
I see. Well, we have some more modest options if that's what you're looking for. Oh, how about something like this?
Oh my God, I'm shaking up, not giving up. I wear that to weddings, proclamation of spinsterhood. I'm sorry, it's not that bad. It's just not the look I want.
Is it a family wedding?
No, actually, it's my ex's wedding.
Oh.
Don't give me that. Oh, that look. That look like I'm a stray cat who definitely looks like they have rabies, so it's not like I'm going to get taken in, but I'm also cute, and you want to pet me, but you don't because I have rabies. So you just kind of awkwardly look at me and think, oh, how cute, because, oh, how sad, because I'm a stray cat who has rabies. I don't have rabies. Everyone at the wedding is going to be giving me that look, and maybe if I choose the right dress, they won't treat me like I'm an invalid. If I get it right, and I'm good, and I handle myself with grace, I don't know what I'm saying.
Can I give you a hug?
What? No. Okay, actually, yeah. I'm sorry about all this. My name is Tori.
It's okay. I've seen a lot worse. Well, listen, this is a department store, not a costume shop. If you're looking for a disguise, then this isn't the place.
God, what am I doing? I'm not delusional. I know that a dress isn't going to solve all of my problems.
Well, a good dress can solve a lot of them, though. You just need to find one that represents who who you are and makes you feel good. You should never wear something that makes you feel like a stranger. Look around. Are there any dresses here that scream, "Hi, I'm Tori and I don't have rabies"? Are there any dresses here that feel like you?
That's who my ex wanted me to be. And for a long time I was that, or at least I tried to be. I wasn't fooling him. He wasn't exactly Prince Charming either, don't get me wrong. I always knew that, but we both tried so hard to trick each other. I don't even think we liked each other most of the time. Oh my God, you're a stranger. I'm so sorry. Sorry.
Do you want a pantsuit? We have pantsuits.
If it didn't work for Hillary, it won't work for me. Want something to be?
I'm sorry, I think that's all on you.
I want to be unbothered. I want to be brave. I want to be worldly and intelligent. I want to have the kind of lips that look good covered in red lipstick. He was in my life for so long, and after the wedding, he's leaving and taking a period of my life with him. I didn't like who I was when I was with him. I don't know who I am now, and I just want to like the person I become after him.
Oh, sit tight. I have a dress I want to show you. Well,
Perfect. I love it.
isn't it? Unfortunately, I don't think I can let you buy it. What? Well, I just don't think you're ready for it.
But it's pretty, and I like it.
I'll tell you what. You can buy it, but first, you have to promise me something. You have to promise me that you'll honor this dress. This dress wasn't made for people who can't stop thinking about the past and worrying about the future. So just get out of your head, into this dress, and just try to enjoy life. That's all you can do right now. So, promise not to disrespect this dress?
Promise.
Here you go.
Hey, thank you. I'm sorry about everything.
Last week, I had a girl throw open a trash can trying to squeeze into a size 2 Chanel dress. You're fine. Also, do yourself a favor and stop apologizing for feeling.
Okay.
Go get it.
Oh no, what's the matter?
Oh, sorry. Was I loud?
No, I barely heard you. So what's wrong?
Okay, so I'm trying to write a play for my final, right? But I can't think of any idea.
Well, what do you have so far?
I just told you, I have no idea.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
Well, duh. Dingus. That's why I asked you.
Well, okay, Zuma, no need to get all mad. Well, I have these notebooks full of ideas. So what's the requirements?
Oh, well, they can't have foul language.
Oh,
What happened?
there goes half of my ideas.
Okay, then. And they can't be inappropriate.
There goes the other half.
And this one isn't a requirement, but I don't want it to be depressing. What? Every year, theater kids write depressing plays. They don't make people like theater more, they just make them depressed. And I don't want that.
Alright, let's think of some more ideas. Let's think of ideas from your favorite play. What is your favorite play?
Cat's pretty good.
Okay, we obviously don't have good taste in judgment. How about a play about a family dynasty involving a son, an uncle, and his father? But the uncle kills his son, and the son runs No, the uncle kills his father, and the son runs away, and he hangs out with 2 hippies in the jungle until he's old enough to defeat his uncle.
That's pretty good. Wait, isn't that the Lion King?
Lion King? What's Lion King? I was talking about Hamlet. Oh, how about a story of a hulking man who lives in isolation, but after a king of Otherlands moves into a swamp, he goes on a journey to save the princess from a dragon.
Okay, that's just the plot for Shrek the Musical.
I mean, it's a good musical.
It really is, isn't it?
What is your favorite part?
I really like Shrek, although I feel his part could have been deeper and more of a bass. But it worked pretty good with what they had.
I like how it gives it a good role model, too, using Fiona as a strong feminist icon. To even all people, it sends a positive message to that it's what's on the inside that counts. And it's not what's on the outside. It really makes people feel more comfortable in their own skin.
Okay, you sound sappy. Enough messing around. Let's come up with some original ideas.
Nothing's original anymore. What?
Okay, now it sounds like you're stalling for time.
You're the one who sneezed.
Well, it still sounds like you're buying time.
What time?
Oh, never mind. I know. How about you play about someone that is overwhelmed with emotions?
That sounds like Inside Out, but more stupider and less entertaining.
I like Inside Out. I know. How about 2 young Mormon boys go to Africa and hijinks ensures?
Nah, too risky. You don't want to mess with religion. Besides, I'm pretty sure I heard that idea from the musical.
Oh! How about you play about writing a play?
That is literally the most stupidest idea I've ever heard. No one's gonna want to watch that.
Let's face it, I'm never gonna have good ideas. I might as well just try to go back in time to when I was happier, reminisce about the past.
What?
I wasn't even happy in my childhood. All the kids used to bully me.
That's it! We write a play about your terrible childhood and how you've grown from a person you are today.
But that's depressing. Really depressing.
Not if you make it funny. If you turn the experience into a joke, people will laugh from it. Schweinfurter. It's German for finding pleasure and others' pain.
And you're sure people will laugh at my play?
Michael, everyone already laughs at you. 100%.
Sweet. Oh,
What?
doesn't it sound like a weird idea, though?
Are you really asking if a weird idea is weird to a bunch of theater kids? Or by nature, weird?
Who really wants to go see a weird play?
Theater kids, Michael! Theater kids! And it's not just them, the whole public. That's why Eric Andre's comedy is so popular. Besides, it isn't that weird. It's not like you're writing a play about writing a play.
Yeah, you're right. I'll start writing.
Attaboy.
I'm sure you already know what I'm about to tell you. That doesn't make this much easier, but it's only fair that I tell you myself. There's a reason why I walk to school instead of having my mom drive me. Even if we don't talk, just seeing you is enough to turn my whole day around. There's a reason why I've stayed up weeks learning, watching your favorite films. I want to understand you somehow, learn about what you like, who you are, why you think the way you do. Talking to you is a wonderful feeling, albeit terrifying at times, depending on who's watching. I know what they say about me. My greatest fear is that you would believe them and decide you hate me. But you don't. I've never felt for anyone the way I feel for you. There's so much to appreciate. The way you look at me when I tell you stories, as if you're really interested in what I have to say. Your laughter when I whisper a joke to you, how your eyes seem to brighten or go dark depending on your mood. I guess, in the simplest terms, I'm in love with you, Blake.
Ew. What is that?
What is what?
That, in that box.
Oh, I don't know. What do you think it looks like?
Looks like a horrible model of blobfish.
No, I don't think so. Maybe a chair?
A ninja turtle.
Maybe a murder scene.
A fart.
How is that a fart?
You know, like the cartoon green gas clouds. I didn't see cartoons.
Does that look green to you?
Maybe.
Whatever. What about a potato?
Seriously.
Yes?
Well, whatever. It's ugly. Agreed?
Hey, Mom, yeah, I found my art project. It looks fine. Okay, I love you too. Bye.
My brother has always been spontaneous. When we were kids, he had the bright idea to sneak out of the house at night and camp in our treehouse. He raided the pantry and we ate cookies and told jokes until we fell asleep. We were freezing and Mom was furious while we were together. Somehow that makes every stupid, reckless game we've gotten into worth it for me. Being your younger sister has always been an adventure. As we grew older, I saw that fiery, risk-taking energy lead you through high school, then eventually to college with you and Katie. I remember that day. We were at the lake, and then you looked at me and said, "I'm gonna ask that pretty blonde over there if she's single." I laughed, thinking I knew how this would go for you. Another fumble we could giggle over later. But now we're here at your wedding, and I'm reminded even more why I've always looked up to you. You may not always know the right thing to say, or be the best at thinking before you do something crazy, but you always use that reckless spontaneity to bring joy to the people you love. You've always taken the exciting route, and I can't wait to see what new journeys you go on in this new chapter of your life.
Listen, baby, ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby.
If you need me, call me. No matter where you are, no matter how far.
Don't worry, baby.
Just call my name. I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have to hurry.
Teachers are apples. They teach with their core and spew their seeds into the children's minds. The children, then taking their seeds, then proceed to grow into big old apple trees. Their seeds then fall one day, if they decide to have kids. The knowledge is passed on and the cycle goes again. Then comes the banana, ruining and destroying the youngins' minds. These are the dirty, rotten scum of the school system. They emerge at different ages, but usually begin to lash out around high school. Then, the third fruit of the world is a pear. This is a fruit green with jealousy and envious of all. The pear hides and wishes they were somebody else. The fourth and final fruit of the world is a dragon fruit. These fruits are confident and have no care in the world. They are Bananas' worst nightmares because of their confident aura. In some ways, we are all the apples. The bananas. The pears. And the dragon fruits. It all depends on who you want to be. And if you decide you want to be a different fruit, that's okay, because you're unique. So go out there and put your best fruit forward.
So after every Saturday production, whether it's 3 days or just one, we always do this rose ceremony. And it's at the end of the show. So it's about time we did it then. And it's for all the people who took care of the technical aspects, the people you don't see on stage, the directors, the stage managers, all those kinds of people. All right? So I'm going to start with our ushers. Marianne Gray. Ben Shore. We got Jericho Marcon. And Zach Beagle. And we have our box office people, John Shen Wei. And Jessica Larios. And we have our two spot-offs, Maui Del Rosario. And Ian Yoon. We have our lightboard operator, Gabriella Coker. Our soundboard operator, Reese Walker. Our sound designer, Bella Platinum. Our wardrobe and makeup, April Fernandez. And, where are the names going? Rainer Armano. We have our scene shift, Amy Carlos, Carlos. And we have our ASMs, Adam Spears. And Keone Adoma. And our stage manager and lights programmer, Zoe Waggle. I think I got everybody except for our director, Tanya Misfeld.
7 new thespians joining us in Troop 2753.
Hey guys, we are Fremont High School's thespian cabinet, and we are excited to induct 7 members to our troop. Right, 3. Here. Oh, I need that. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's see. Joey Yama. Juan Gabriel Santa Garcia. Danielle Carranza Sanchez. Lin Chan. Meredith Gertz. Sarah Sladen. Zachary Beagle. All right, now I will be leading our new thespians in reading the Thespian Pledge. So if you would turn your cards to the side where the Thespian Pledge is, and I will just have you guys repeat after me. Give them a second. Okay, are we good now?
Yeah.
Ready, everybody good? Okay, great. I promise to uphold the aims and ideals of the International Thespian Society.
I promise to uphold the aims and ideals of the International Thespian Society.
I am a student of theater, and excellence is my ideal.
I am a student of theater, and excellence is my ideal.
I promise to perform my part as well as I can.
I promise to perform my part as well as I can.
To accept praise and criticism with grace.
To accept praise and criticism with grace.
To cooperate with my fellow thespians.
To cooperate with my fellow thespians.
And to work for the good of the troop.
And to work for the good of the troop.
And share my love of theater.
And share